Namaskar. Welcome to Univasia, a voice of community on ITV Gold. This is our weekly edition, and today we'll begin with this week with Padma Shri Dr. Sudhir Parekh, followed by Hanuman Janma Utsav report from Vedic Heritage and devotional concert by Geeta Setia. Ramnami was also celebrated at Ukrainian Cultural Center, Franklin Township, New Jersey. A report from that event, as well as the Indian American Women Entrepreneurs Association organized a workshop on cryptocurrency. We will learn some aspects from that event and for film lovers, the annual New York Indian Film Festival NYIFF kicked off, and a report about that, as well as glimpses of an academic seminar dedicated to Susham Bedi as an academician as well as an author. Report on that, and um, presentation on the theme My Mind, My Friend for Indian American Senior Citizen Center. And presenter was Ashok Vyas. We will have a report from that event as well. So all this coming up right after these short messages. Stay with us. Welcome back. Let's move over to this special weekly edition this week with Padma Shri Dr. Sudhir Parekh, where we discussed analytically some of the hot button issues of last week. Let's begin by greeting on the Sri Hanuman Janma Mahotsav, which was observed recently. And with that, Dr. I take you to have a fresh look at the recent communal disturbance that was observed at Ram Navami and Hanuman Jayanti also.
Right.
What do you think? Is there something different in India these days?
Well, I think it's very unfortunate. In a sense, unfortunate in the larger respect, because at the end of the day, India is not the real one country. India is a kind of collection of those states, and India has so much diversified culture. And even though it's a majority is Hindu religion, but in the Hindu religion also there is a diversity. Look at the people in the north, look at the people in the Hindu people I'm talking about, in the south or west or east, right? So I think this kind of violence is unfortunate, is not wanted, and I think the leadership of all the parties, including even government of the day, should try not directly in a sense openly, but indirectly, to make sure that this kind of violation should not happen. If they make law and order a little tighter, I think probably they can avoid this thing.
The devotional flow is also a unifying factor. So you have Hanumanji worshipped in Kanyakumari as well as Kashmir, or for that matter, whichever form. So
see, the whose fault is there, which community is in the fault, it's sometimes we don't know the true story by sitting here 10,000 miles away from India. But I think there is always, they say that you cannot clap do the clapping unless both hands are used, right?
right.
So there is always some kind of fault with the more or less, I mean,
Both
not
sides.
equally, both sides. So I think in a country like India, of course, all the religion Hindu religion has right to celebrate its own Ram Navami and Hanuman Jayanti, because that's really reminds our second, third generation that we belong to the Hindu culture. Our culture comes from this, and these are our kind of god and goddesses, which we mentor them, we pray them, we do puja to them, because they have certain characteristic which we all should learn in our life. And I think that's why all religious kind of days should be celebrated in all religion, particularly more in the Hindu religion, because it's after all it's a majority is the Hindus there.
Yeah. So what you said also brings me to share with you and our viewers loudly that with each form, as you chant, you are reminded that this is representing the infinite. So there is this invitation or inspiration to go beyond limitations, and that leads to having an all-encompassing approach. So whether you are Hindu, Muslim, Christian, there is that sense of oneness is flowing underneath the basic philosophy. But now coming to the ground reality in terms of the way it is felt, observed, and now we have also started hearing people questioning, in spite of Supreme Court's ban, while you have 5 times azan on loudspeaker from mosque, that is now being noticed more and people are questioning it. Do you see that also adding to this kind of volatile
Yeah, you're
situation?
right. I mean, in the democratic country or republican country with the republic constitution, I think Supreme Court is a last word, and whatever Supreme Court in their wisdom rules, they should follow. But it's not happening, and that is very unfortunate because it's also is not happening now. It's not happening last year. It did not happen 5 years ago when the Sabrimala happened. There also Supreme Court said that don't enter into something like that. Don't enter into the temple, or let people enter into temple, particularly the menstrual age women. Right? Am I right or wrong? Yeah, something like that. Because Sabrimala temple, they don't let any young girl, unmarried girl who is in menstrual
certain age group
they are not letting they come. So Supreme Court says no, you cannot discriminate within religion, that this is a good Hindu and this is not good Hindu, or this is touchable Hindu or this is untouchable.
So since you brought this up, Dr. now the question comes whether it is the traditionally authentic religious practice or this is an imposed way of practicing. So from that point of view, the question that you raised is very, very pertinent. And now people are saying that in the Muslim countries, they don't have such loudspeakers being used for adhan, even in Saudi Arabia, etc. So why would you say that this is an integral part?
So loudspeaker is not religious tradition. It should be stopped because it's more of nuisance. Because many years ago in the past, when we did not have internet, we did not have media, we did not have not even before. This is before newspaper era, you know. I think what I understand that the whole idea behind loudspeaker in either way, in Muslim every day, in namaz, or in the Hindu every day, I mean
Navratri or whichever.
Navratri or whatever religious celebration, is because to let more people know what's going on and bring the tempo into their celebration. That's what my simple thing.
Understanding.
Yeah, but you are right that if Supreme Court in its wisdom says that loudspeaker should be banned, and it should be banned because now it becomes more nuisance, particularly in the inner city. In the large city where people are living in apartment, they are living in the, you don't want 5 o'clock in the morning banging of the loudspeaker,
Right. So now there is another thing which relates to what you consider as hate speech. So recently there was a decision where younger Owaisi brother who had claimed that if you remove police for 15 minutes, and even though we are 25 crores, but we'll be defeating the 100 crores. So that was quite a threatening tone, and which if you hear, you will feel that it is indeed a hate speech. But court says that since they didn't get the whole speech, so they do not consider. I mean, I find it a little difficult to comprehend how sincere court is in their evaluation. And that has also resulted into a lot of dissatisfaction among people.
Yeah, but see, I agree with you what you're saying. But in democracy, I mean, most of the time Supreme Court wisdom is good, but sometimes their decision may not be agreeable to everyone.
Correct.
And that's the way democracy works.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this is not kind of a kingdom, or this is not like a authoritarian communism or something like China or Russia.
So this brings us to another area of concern, which is sometimes maybe the way just judiciary functions, can that also be affected due to some external pressure? For example, recently after this farmers agitation bill related issue, the way the bench was being constituted, and these judges were getting a lot of threats from Khalistani forces, from some Canada or whatever. So then they have to, I mean, if I am an individual as well as a judge, I have to think about me, my family, protection, etc. So do you think we need some additional measures to?
Yeah, yes, you are right. We need again law and order enforcement or security to the people, those who are who are in that position, who has to sometime give the verdict which is not popular. So they should be protected, and that's true for any country, in Western world also. We always get the judges always get the protection right away, or even sometime person who got accused also get protection, because a person is so controversial that somebody may harm him, and then once somebody kills him or harm him, then the whole case falls apart, because there is no witness left then, right? So I think in democracy, yes, you are right that more protection, more law and order should be done.
So talking about democracy and law and order, and how political parties have their views, whether they are actually supporting judiciary or they want to gain some score by blaming another party. For example, Jahangir Puri in New Delhi, the main accused who is arrested, his name is Ansar. So BJP says that he is part of Aam Aadmi Party. Aam Aadmi Party says he is part of BJP. We actually don't know, but these parties come so quick in connecting.
That shows that I think this party, any party, it's kind of middle tier leaders are not mature or responsible. If you are a responsible leader, then you cannot comment right away that what is what, right? So that's what I think.
So let's move to a different shade of life, and let us take this opportunity of extending our good wishes. So on behalf of ITV Gold, and of course on behalf of our chairman, after 5 years of courtship, this well-known star, as well as in the lineage of Kapoor's, Ranbir Kapoor got married to Alia Bhatt. So your comments about their relationship, and it becomes really a big news in India that regard.
I think it is big news, because not only both are in their own rights kind of superstar, but and very popular, but again both are coming, I mean, at least Ranbir Kapoor is coming from the so-called first family of the Bollywood, called Kapoor family, and they always carry some kind of special mystic, and therefore people are even more interested in that because of Ranbir Kapoor, because it's a Kapoor family, right? Raj Kapoor's grandson, you know. So that carries a lot of weight, and I think looks like it's a very perfect couple, made for each other, and we all wish, including Parikh Worldwide Media and all Indian American community, wish them all the best, and best in their life, and good luck, and we hope that they will keep doing their great professional work, as well as they do give back to the community, and because they are successful, they are well-heeled, they have a lot of resources, and they are the one who can really help community in identifying the disease, galvanizing disease by becoming ambassador to that kind of advertisement. and also they can help otherwise too. So again, Alia and Ranbir, Parikh Worldwide Media wishes you best of the life, good luck, and enjoy your life. Thank you.
Wonderful. So as we conclude, the movie which brought them together, Ayan Mukherjee directed, the Brahmastra, that also have the name of Brahm, so probably God brought them near each other. But as we conclude the final take in terms of Elon Musk's decision to go and sort of take over Twitter, report says that he is investing his own $15 billion and details to be investigated. But overall, how do you see this decision on the part of Elon Musk, and what is the philosophy with which he has taken this
Well,
step?
I think it is to me personally, it's a great news because Elon Musk has he's a billionaire. He's the richest man of the world. His asset is almost $237 billion as of today, and for him, 15 billion out of 237 billion is nothing. Even though I think what is the public his statement why he is doing this, that he wants to make Twitter a free platform or free kind of a platform where people can discuss, without any hesitation and oppose themselves without any restriction. I think that's a great platform in the democracy, and that I think that does so much good to the community. And I think I would congratulate him on and I'm sure, knowing Elon Musk, I think he will be successful, and I would not be surprised that by next year this time he will be owning that Twitter.
Wonderful. So, on behalf of ITV Gold and Parikh Worldwide Media with Padma Shri Dr. Sudhir Parikh, this is good wishes reaching out for Elon Musk. And as we conclude, your final words for our viewers today.
Well, dear friends, thanks for joining us this week. Still, the war is going on in Ukraine, so we all should be praying and hoping that war should end sooner than later. We should, on behalf of Indian American community and Parikh Worldwide Media, I would like to congratulate Alia and Ranbir for their wedding, and we wish them best in their life and good luck. And also by putting buying the 9.5% of share of the Twitter. Again, Elon Musk started some kind of a very debatable discussion, but the stated agenda is that he wants to make Twitter a free platform. I think it will be welcomed by many. So let's see what happens. So again, we'll see you next week. But before that, God bless America. God bless India. God bless Indian American. See you next week. Till then, goodbye.
Dedication to Lord Hanuman also is invoking the intensity of devotion and surrender, as well as seeking inspiration to have strength, intelligence, discretion, and grow in one's totality. Hanuman Janma Utsav was observed with complete devotion right from 5 a.m. till late evening at Vedic Heritage. There were worship, Sundarkand, Path, Havan, and this also marked birthday of Guru Mata, who is the source of inspiration for founding Vedic Heritage. A devotional concert by Geeta Sethia was also organized. Here are some excerpts from that event. हनुमान जी भक्ति के पर्याय हैं, दास्य भाव भी उनका है और अतुलित बल धामा हनुमान जी। राम रसायन तुमरे पासा सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा। संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा जो सुमिरे हनुमत बल बीरा। हनुमान जी की भक्ति के प्रवाह को न्यूयॉर्क तक विशेष रूप से लेकर उनकी कृपा से गुरु माता जब आई हैं तो उन्होंने जिस वैदिक हेरिटेज संस्थान की स्थापना की है वो भारतीय संस्कृति के रसमय प्रवाह का एक अनूठा केंद्र होने के साथ साथ भक्तों को विविध उत्सवों पर एकत्रित होकर अपनी श्रद्धा को बढ़ाने के अवसर प्रदान करता है। और इस बार भी जिस धूमधाम उल्लास के साथ सुबह 5 बजे से रात तक भक्तों ने वैदिक हेरिटेज में हनुमान जी के जन्म दिवस का उत्सव मनाया।
हाथ जोड़िए।
While birthday of Lord Ram is observed as Ram Navami, this year in procession to mark and celebrate devotion for Lord Ram has resulted into some disturbing news coming from India. But here, of course, the celebration of the spirit of Lord Ram continues to inspire everyone with a sense of leading a noble life. Lord Rama is also referred to as Maryada Purushottam Ram. He epitomizes the ideal way of conducting oneself and celebrating different relations as human being. Here are some excerpts from Ram Navami as it was observed at Ukrainian Cultural Center, Franklin Township, New Jersey.
खुद पे हौसला रहे, बदी से ना डरे।
खुद पे हौसला रहे, बदी से ना डरे।
दूसरों की जैसे पहले खुद को जय करे। हमको मन की शक्ति दे
American Women Entrepreneurs Association is very active in increasing awareness of its members as well as keeping pace with the changing times. While cryptocurrency is the new thing that we need to understand, appreciate, and figure out what lies in cryptocurrency as far as potential of growth is concerned. So here was an important workshop that was dedicated to share all about cryptocurrency. Here are some highlights.
My name is Kim Gill. I'm part of IAWA, and we're here today to talk about, I guess, cryptocurrency.
So, how did you enjoy the workshop and what all did you learn from that?
I did enjoy it because I always felt that it's a very intimidating topic in a way because it's so technical. I feel like people are not very open to asking questions. What I liked about the speaker was he made it very simple to understand. He did not use all those complicated words unless we asked what's the NFT, because before, whenever I seen even a YouTube video or gone to tools, they see all these technical terms and you kind of get a little bit intimidated. So what I learned it is the difference between trading the coins which already exist versus mining, which is to create your own coins and be a part of a transaction.
So I personally think crypto has the freedom, but the only government involvement will be regular, normal sanctions, right? Sorry, not sanctions, normal involvement about reporting requirements. If you send above a 10,000 anything illicit, illegal, anti-money. Of course, they're always going to have these basic protections, but I think as everyday people, we will not be impacted by those kind of cutthroat laws, So
The government will not be paranoid when it comes to their own currency and dollar.
they can't. It's like saying, here, I want to confiscate every single gold in your house. Can they do that? Right? Can I shut down the internet to stop you from making a transaction? They can't do it. So there's always going to be that certain freedom where you actually invest and do it yourself. So there will always be that protection mechanism. But I think general regulations are always good overall, right, to prevent the illegal use of cryptocurrency, right?
But the government could not come up with its own cryptocurrency or the digital currency.
Actually, the government is coming up with their own digital currency. They have something called the Fed coin. They're trying to make their own copycat version of it, right? It's okay. I think competition is good. Example, we use US dollars, there's euro. Why not have Bitcoin and the Fed coin? It's the same.
And now a special report of ITV Gold on the kicked off event for annual New York Indian Film Festival.
Hello ITV, New York Indian Film Festival comes back to you in the New York City area from May 7th to 14th, going virtual on Shift 72 online.knife.us, that's online.nyiff.us. Watch all the films, their festival packages for features, shorts and documentaries. And come join us on closing night, which is May 14th at East Village Cinemas in New York City. We're coming to you with the documentary, The Beatles in India. It's got some rare footage, some never before seen photographs, commentary about the Beatles, that the time that they spent in India. So it's a fascinating must watch. We will have a red carpet screening, awards gala and after party. So come join us on May 14th and we'll see you May 7th to 13th online. Thank you.
We are delighted, we are delighted to partner with Indo-American Arts Council and to bring New York Indian Film Festival to our audience, to our friends, to our circle of well-wishers here in New York and the United States. As in previous years, this year the film festival is again going to be very, very special. But what makes it unique this time is that it is being celebrated as part of India at 75, Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. I'm sure the audience are going to have a wonderful time. Thank you.
Namaskar. On behalf of the Board of Trustees of IAC, the Executive Committee, and hard-working volunteers of Indo-American Arts Council, I welcome all of you to this special occasion today. Today, we formally launch New York Indian Film Festival. Consulate has been a traditional venue to do that, and we have done this many times in the past. The details of what Indo-American Arts Council will be given by Executive Director and the head of the curatorial team soon. Most of you are familiar with this organization. It has been here for over 22 years. It's a major and a predominant organization involved in presenting vast myriad of Indian art disciplines in America. Our focus has been New York Film Festival, which we do every year, Erasing Borders Dance Festival, Music Festival, Art Festival, Literary Festival, book readings, and other things that come up during the year. This year is very special because it is the 75th anniversary of India's independence. And Consulate General, Indian Consulate and Indo-American Arts Council are working closely together to make it a successful celebration. Consul General Mr. Randhir Jaiswal is intimately involved with the Indo-American Arts Council leadership to have a year-long celebration, which has never happened here during the 50th anniversary or 25th anniversary, and make it a grand occasion and a grand year. India is finally reclaiming its role in the world affairs after a break of about 200-300 years. So it's a real cause to celebrate the 75th anniversary. Despite COVID for the past 2 years, we were able to have greater success and bigger audience for our programs. So for that, we are thankful to for the support and the confidence that people have in us.
Yeah, my name is Meghna Damani, and I'm really excited to be here at the New York Indian Film Festival because this festival is really close to my heart, because my first film, also a documentary, was screened here many years ago, and this is one of the pioneering festivals in New York, for Indian cinema. And I really value all the work and effort that the team has put in through so many years. And so I'm very proud, grateful, and thankful and excited to be part of New York Indian Film Festival again.
Susham Bedi is known as an academician, and she has contributed several novels, stories, and poems. She was also awarded by Indian government for her contribution to Hindi literature. In memory of Susham Bedi, who taught at Columbia University for several years, an academic seminar was organized recently. Here are some glimpses from that seminar dedicated to Susham Bedi. I didn't realize she has such a wider impact through her writing, and she's so well known and she's such a big writer. She was very unassuming or friendly, and she related and you could open up to her.
We are all very familiar with Susham's work, and we're also friends, and it's a syncretic character we have in mind. So thank you, friend, for doing this. And she is, to a great extent, the reason why the Hindi field is shaped the way it is nowadays. She started early on with in the late 1980s, working with ACTFL. She was working hand in hand with Vijay Gambhir, and she was working hand in hand with her to promote and to make the Hindi field a part of the MLA, the Modern Languages Association world.
Being in America, she was treated as a Hindi writer, not in the mainstream. And when she would go to India, she would be treated as a Pravasi writer. She wasn't part of that. She wasn't part of that. But what I want to say is that the contribution that she has made, she has created a whole genre, I would say.
But Susham's quest, when Susham came abroad, her writing was mostly, if you see, the writing was, one was home, inside India or outside India. Constant struggle she explores in the poetry and in her novels. Second is, of course, the desire to return. Lotna is desire to return to India, home. Again, she has the same struggle. Where is my home? India or United States? And this issue is faced by immigrants all over. And her focus was on the immigrants living in USA. So what she does is, as Anoopji mentioned, she went through, either she experienced those situations herself, or she heard the story from somebody else, an event that occurred, an accident or incident, whatever happened, and then she wove in her words in such a way that particular story had become a universal truth. When from the tea plantations, when I joined government of India and became on a diplomatic position to Brussels and New York, a new life phase started. And then that is when Susham started writing. Susham really started writing big way. I mean, she used to write stories or poetry when she was a student, but I think once she came into New York, then her serious writing started. In Brussels, she used to write sometimes in New York Times of India and Indian newspapers. But how did our relationship change? I think for us, it was really, we became far too close. I mean, it was so close that for me personally, when she passed away, it was very tough to live without her. But interesting, what I found was somebody asked me, what were the main things that you understood from one another? So one was, we understood we have to give space to one another. So Susham and I we gave space to one another. And second was, we said, no matter what argument we had, by the night when we go to bed, the argument must be finished. We cannot carry on the conflict to the next day.
It's a very deep insight in the way in which she thought about different cultures, traditions, and how these traditions, whether they conflict or not, at a personal level, you sort of integrate them. But she also wrote in her stories the conflicting, that the tussle, the struggle that an individual went through. But after the person had died, for her, it was just a very strange phenomena that she wanted to, think through, and it was more a personal musing, I think, about this whole question of death and what it means.
And there was one event at the Columbia University Kahani Manch, which led me to conceive of a weekly literary program, Shabd Star, which gave me the opportunity of interacting with many authors from India, Indian American authors, as well as those who were visiting. And I also always remember this particular story, which somehow Rahulji has chosen, and I did talk to her also about it. And she, as Mayaji was mentioning, was not a believer, and I am a believer. So we used to have some interesting conversation on that space as well. Just wanted to take this opportunity of expressing my gratefulness for the way she was, and on emotional level, you feel that her presence is around you. And I have seen the chemistry of Rahulji and Sushamji, got the opportunity of interviewing both of them once or twice at ITV studio also. And I think people like Sushamji enriches our world in a way which we don't realize when they are around. So, and I'm thankful to Anup ji and all of you for having this specially focused way of connecting with Susham ji. Thank you.
मुझे नहीं चाहिए घर, सुरक्षा या समझौते, घुन लगा समाज या एक पलड़े पर धारी तुम्हारी सभ्यता। मुझे गढ़ने दो अपना संसार, मुझे गढ़ने दो अपना संसार, मुझे बगीचे में रहने दो।
Our mind is an important way of connecting with the world as well as realizing our full potential. But if we are not friendly with our mind, if we do not consciously work on the kind of inner dialogue that we have, that results into not being able to live up to our full potential. A presentation dedicated to my mind, my friend, Mera Man, Mera Mitra, was organized by Indian American Senior Citizen Center. And the presenter was Ashok Vyas. Here are some highlights from that presentation.
Presently, the interview-based wide angle with Ashok Vyas is shown twice a week. A discussion-based insight Tonight with Ashok Vyas is also aired in prime time on ITV Gold, presenting Vision Asia twice a week. He is an interviewer, he is a writer, he is a poet, he is a video cameraman, editor, Hindu priest, and speaker. My goodness, what a glittering profile he has. So without much ado, I will request Ashok Vyas to be on the screen. Welcome, Ashok ji, welcome.
Namaste, namaste.
We have to learn a lot from you. And today's subject is Mera Man, Mera Mitra, my mind, my friend.
कि वांग में मनसी प्रतिष्ठिता, मनो में वाची प्रतिष्ठिता। ऐसा कहा कि जो हमारी वाणी है वो माता है हमारी, और जो मन है वो हमारा पिता है। अब मन को पिता कहा है और वाणी को माता कहा है, उसके साथ साथ ये है कि हमारी वाणी में और हमारे मन में अगर एक दूसरे के साथ में अच्छा संबंध होगा तो हम अगर अपने आप को बालक के रूप में देख रहे हैं तो हमारी परवरिश अच्छी होगी। और जो हमारा मन का आरोह अवरोह हो रहा होता है, किस बात के साथ जुड़कर कैसे चल रहा है, उसके हिसाब से हमारे प्राणों पर भी असर पड़ेगा। आप देखेंगे कि आप कोई गुस्से में होगा तो नहीं, ऐसा नहीं तो जैसे भी, मतलब उसका जो सांस लेने का ढंग होगा वो अलग तरह का हो जाएगा। मन के जैसी उपजय तैसी ही वह जाए। तो मन मोटा तो मतलब मोटा भी है, वो पतला भी हो सकता है। और मन पानी के जैसा है, शीतलता वाला। मन लाए लाए यहाँ पे लाने से नहीं, वो आग के लिए कहा है उन्होंने। और मन के जैसी उपजे वैसी ही वह जाए। तो मन के जैसी उपजी वैसा हो गया। मैंने उस तरह से संबोधन करने का, आपके साथ जुड़ने का जो ये लाभ प्राप्त किया, उसके लिए मैं पुनः पुनः आभार के साथ बहुत सारी मंगल कामनाएं। और ये बात याद करते हुए कि जीवन में उत्साह बनाए रखने के लिए जो कुछ आप मिलजुल कर करते हैं वो प्रणम्य है, और उससे रस भी आता है, हम भी प्रसन्न रहते हैं, औरों तक भी प्रसन्नता का भाव पहुंचाने की जो हमारी पात्रता है वो जागृत रहती है।
I have one question. Can you explain this about हमको मन की शक्ति देना, मन विजय करे, दूसरों की जय से पहले खुद को जय करे, हमको मन की शक्ति देना। अशोक भाई, आपके लिए क्वेश्चन है, उसको जरा एक्सप्लेन करेंगे आप?
बिल्कुल। एक तो मैं पहले आपको बधाई देना चाहता हूं कि आपने मुझे एक नया तरीका सिखाया। प्रश्न पूछते हुए भी हम गाना कैसे गा के सुना सकते हैं, तो आपने गाने का आनंद भी प्राप्त कर लिया। धन्यवाद है आपको। पर
मैं जब भी गाना गाता हूँ मैं तो जैसा आवाज है
नहीं, आनंद
तो बिल्कुल अच्छा नहीं है।
तो इसमें मैं जैसे चिंतन इस पे मेरा आपके साथ बैठ के हो रहा है, उसमें मैं ऐसा सोचता हूँ कि ये वैसे भी प्रार्थना के रूप में प्रयोग में लाई जाने वाली है। तो हम ऐसा मानते हैं कि हमारे मन को संचालित करने के लिए, उसको प्रेरणा से भरने के लिए हम एक ऐसी शक्ति के साथ में जुड़ते हैं जो कि मन से परे है, बल्कि जो कि किसी काल से बाधित नहीं है, जो कि समय सापेक्ष नहीं है, जो समयातीत है। और जो भी स्थितियां हैं उसमें जो हम अपने आप को बंधा हुआ देखते हैं, उससे परे का जो एक व्यापक स्वरूप है जिस शक्ति का, उससे प्रार्थना करें। तो इसमें भी इन्होंने कहा नहीं हमको मन की शक्ति देना, तो शक्ति कौन देगा? कौन देगा? तो इसमें उन्होंने पहले मान लिया कि हम ये मान के चल रहे हैं कि हम संबोधन उससे कर रहे हैं जो कि मन से परे है। वैसे देह मन इंद्रिय जो संघात है, इससे ऊपर का है। मन की शक्ति देना और मन पर विजय करने का अर्थ, जैसे कि हम इतनी देर चर्चा कर रहे थे, उस प्रकार से है कि मन को मित्र बनाना भी एक्चुअली मन पर विजय प्राप्त करना है। पर अब अगर हम इस तरफ से ही जाते हैं तो मन पर विजय प्राप्त कौन कर रहा है, ये प्रश्न आ जाता है। ये क्योंकि प्रार्थना जो हमारी है वो आत्मा और परमात्मा के मिलन के साथ जुड़ी होती है। तो ये भी पहले उन्होंने बताया नहीं कि हमको मन की शक्ति देना, तो कौन शक्ति देगा नहीं का। और ये जो लक्ष्य जीवन का है, तो वो परमात्मा की प्राप्ति की बारे में जो बात आ जाती है, वो भी इसमें कहीं ना कहीं संकेत है। पर जैसे जैसे आपके अंदर स्पष्टता होगी, जिस आपको धन्यवाद करते हुए आपने प्रार्थना को इस रूप में जब चिंतन करने के लिए मुझे अवसर दिया है, तो हमको मन की शक्ति देना, मनोविजय करें और दूसरों पे जय से पहले खुद को जय करें। तो खुद को जय करना जो है वो बहुत गहरी बातें इसके साथ है। दूसरों की जय करने का संबंध, अर्थ तो हम अभी यूं ले लें कि दूसरों का सम्मान करना, दूसरों के प्रति संवेदनशील होना। पर अगर हम स्वयं के प्रति संवेदनशील अपने मन को मित्र बनाकर नहीं हुए हैं, तो उससे यह होगा कि हम आडंबर कर रहे होंगे कई जगह पर, दूसरों की तारीफ ऊपर ऊपर से करके आ जाएंगे, उनके साथ में हमारा वो तारतम्य नहीं होगा जिससे कि हम उस एकत्व के रस की अनुभूति कर लें, जिससे कि हम और वो अलग नहीं है, ऐसा भाव हमारे अंदर स्थापित हो जाए। वो तभी
वन स्मॉल क्वेश्चन, मन को मारना और मन पर विजय प्राप्त करना, दोनों एक ही चीज है या इसमें कोई भेद है?
ये गजब का क्वेश्चन आपने पूछा है। देखिए, मन को मारेंगे तो कुंठा की तरफ चले जाएंगे, ऐसा नलिनी जी और अच्छे से बताएंगी। इसलिए मन को मित्र बनाकर उसको अपने साथ लाने का जो तरीका आपके लिए अनुकूल है वो करना आवश्यक है। देखिए, ऐसा है, अगर हम मन को मारते हैं तो वो स्टेट ऑफ डिनायल में जाना हो जाता है, जो कि बाद में एक वॉल्केनिक रूप में उसका आउटबर्स्ट हो सकता है। यानी अभी आपने कहा अरे नहीं सब ठीक है, सब ठीक है, फिर पता लगा मैं 5-10 मील गया, उसके बाद मैं रो रहा हूँ जोर से, क्योंकि वो पंकज जी ने मुझे जो बात कही थी मुझे बिल्कुल अच्छी नहीं लगी, पर मैं उनको क्या कहता है, इतने बड़े आदमी है, समझिए ऐसा हो जाता है। तो यानी पंकज जी का मतलब एनीबॉडी एल्स, अब चिंता मत करिए। यानी कोई घटना घटित हो गई है, उस समय हमने प्रतिक्रिया करना आवश्यक नहीं है, लेकिन अपने तौर पर उसको मानना, उसको स्वीकार करना और फिर उसको उस तरह से व्यवस्थित करना कि हम उसको पचा भी गए हैं और हमारे अंदर मन जो है उसका जो उत्साही भाव जो है, उसका जो प्रफुल्लित भाव है वो जागृत है। तो जो सारा अभ्यास है वो इसलिए है। और जब हम शरणागति की बात कर रहे होते हैं तब भी ये होता है कि हमने सब कुछ उनको अर्पित कर दिया, तो अगर सचमुच में नहीं हुआ होता है तो वो सिर्फ शब्द रह गया वो, यानी क्या भाई वो क्या है कि करने वाले तो आप हो लेकिन हम मान थोड़ी रहेगी करने वाले आप, मान तो यही रहेगी मैं ही कर रहा हूँ, है ना, वरना चिंता क्यों हो। तो ये बात, और जो मन को मारने वाली बात है, तो मन को जीतने का अगर हम ऐसे अर्थ की दृष्टि से लें तो इसका मतलब ये हुआ कि हमने उसको स्वीकार करके और उसके अंदर कोई भी टूट फूट नहीं रही। इसको मैं अगर दूसरे शब्दों में कहूं कि जो मन है उसका अपनी संपूर्णता के भाव के साथ में आलोकित, प्रकाशित, प्रफुल्लित और जो प्रमुदित, मेरा अच्छे शब्द आए, प्रमुदित जो होना है ना, वो मन को मारना नहीं है, वो मन को जीतना है। And now time to say goodbye from today's Vision of Asia Voice of Community, but time also to recollect with you that you can always stay tuned to our programming at your own pace for free by becoming friend of ITV Gold's Facebook page. Some of our programs are also aired live on Facebook. Also subscribe to ITV Gold YouTube channel and keep writing events at itvgold.com. Thank you very much for being a part of this journey of connecting with each other and learning about each other through Vision of Asia Voice of Community. Stay well, take care. This is Ashok Vyas once again with lots of thanks for being with us. Namaste.